Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Fuzzy from Fuzzy Ghost Models back here again with another little update on the A10 build between the Great Wall Hobbies and the Academy A10C. So what I've done so far, if you can see on the big screen, is I've taken the cockpit parts apart and the wheel well, which is where both of them kind of start, and I've taped them together so we can kind of see the engineering differences. As far as detail goes, details are pretty close to the same on both kits, but how they go together is very different. So I'm going to pull these apart and let's have a look, okay? So with the Academy kit, you can see that it's a little more complex in the nose area. And if we pull it apart, there's a little bit different to the way it's manufactured, the engineering differences. There's a cowl top on that. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna, we'll pull this apart, set this aside. Hang on a minute here. All right, so starting off with the Academy kit. So what I've done is I haven't put all the little, there are a lot of little pieces that end up inside the front wheel well, and it's just piping and whatnot. So I just want to see how the fit is and how it goes together. And there's some curvature to this. I've glued a couple of these pieces in. Now, some things to notice. So these are all separate pieces here that glue in. The fit wasn't that great in the slots. There had to be some sanding done to get those to fit inside there, but they are in there now. And then this floor sort of that the cockpit tub sits on is glued on as well, and I've glued the cockpit tub on the top just to make it easier to put together. So that's a number of parts there. There's also a lot of piping and stuff that goes in here, and then this is the starboard side of the wheel well, which basically goes on like that. Just gonna throw a little piece of tape on here to hold that together, and then the inside of the front fuselage in here. So there are a number of ejector pin marks here that I've sanded a few of them down to make sure that I get a good fit, because I don't want any interference. As well on the inside of this part where they're not visible, but they might provide some interference, I've sanded them down a little bit so they are at least flush. So then that will fit in like so. Right, and then actually cockpit's got to go on the top, like, pardon me while I fumble around with this. All right, so that goes up there. I'm gonna take a little piece of tape. Just tape that there. Then the other side of the fuselage goes in. It's a little fiddly, especially since I'm not gluing it right now because I'm gonna paint it. But basically that fits in like that. Let's grab a little piece of tape here. Where are we going? Grab a piece of tape, tape that on there, and so that fits on like that. It's not bad fit at all. It just, if I was gluing it, it'd be a lot easier. So don't get the impression that the fit's not very good. It's just a little more engineering than the other kit. So that fits in like that. And then the lower fuselage basically fits in like so. And the fit's pretty good. Again, if I was gluing it, it'd be much more positive fit. And so that goes in like that. And then the cowl sort of goes in on top here, where the combing for the IP fits in, right? So one question I was thinking, because the instructions for the Academy kit have you put the front landing gear nose leg in before you do this, and that's just not going to happen, because that's just going to get broken off. So I was curious to see if it would fit if this was all glued together, and yes, it actually does fit in there. So don't follow the instructions. Glue the front landing gear leg in after, because you can fit it in. It's not a problem at all, right? And then this rear bulkhead here fits into the back like this, so it gives you some positive location for the rear part of the fuselage when you do put it together, and it'll go like that. Not too bad. All right, you can see, and then the nose is a large nose section, goes on thus, and does create some fiddly bits in this area here. You got to make sure you get everything lined up, but it looks like it's quite doable, and it will look pretty good. So Academy looks like it's a good job there. All right, now we'll have a look at the Great Wall Hobby. All right, so with the Great Wall Hobbies, again, they all start out with this is the front landing gear section, and there's a couple pieces I've left out of this just for ease of putting it together and pulling it apart. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces here, and there's another one that gets added in. The detail is really good, even though there's less parts, and that just basically snaps into that. I have made sure there's no raised portions of the ejector pins there, and that just slides into this little section here of the starboard fuselage. And what I'm going to do is going to just take a piece of tape, and we'll just do this to hold that in, because then the cockpit has locating pins on either side, which locate into either side of the fuselage halves. So then this part will just locate in here like this, and I'll hold it there, and then this should go on fairly easily. It's just getting it located. Sorry, let me do this. It's hard with trying to keep the camera angle so you guys can see it. And there we go. Snap, snap, snap. And then the instrument IP combing goes on the top like this. And I can do this. And you come around the bottom. And I'll do this too. Whoops. All right. So you can see it's a little bit easier of a job putting this section of the aircraft together on the Great Wall Hobbies kit. There is going to be this mold or seam line here to worry about, where you don't have that on the Academy kit because of the way they've broken down the parts. But there are less parts, major parts, on this section of the Great Wall Hobbies kit. The gun is going to take care of the hump for the gun, is going to take care of the rest of this seam line that's going to be covered up. And then it is all one piece down right back to the tail cone with the sensors on it. So that's that. I'm going to get these instruments, cockpits, etc., painted up. Oh, one last thing before I go to the next step. So I built up the 2 seats, as you can see here. So these are basically the 2 out-of-the-box seats, how they look. There are slight differences in them, but I don't know how much. These ejection pull handles are completely different shapes between the 2 of them. I'm tempted that the Academy one is more accurate, although they both should be hollowed out. But I don't know how much you're going to see when it's plunked down in the cockpit. And then the other side, there's the other handle here. Again, they're different sizes for the different kits. They should also be hollowed out, but they're not on this, so we'll see what we can do. But they're both pretty good looking seats for out of the box. I'm not sure about all the ribbing on the Great Wall Hobbies one. All of this stuff here, all of these ribs for the seat cushion. I'm not sure those are supposed to be there. When I've seen the 3-pad ones are more accurate, but they should. The ones I've seen have also had some kind of like a furry carpet texture on them too. So there's no texture on that. Plus, not a big fan of the Great Wall Hobbies seat belts on them. They are there at least, but they're not great, but if they're painted up good, they should be okay. All right. So anyway, that's it for this little installment. I'm going to go get these interiors painted up and get them snapped together and glued, and then we'll carry on from there. So everyone, if you like this this segment of video, please support the channel by subscribing, hit the like button, leave a comment. Have you started one of these kits? Are you on the fence? Have you built the Hobby Boss one? How does that compare? Let me know. And if you like, buy me a coffee. Links in the description below, or go to the merch store and buy something there. Anyway, appreciate your support by watching this far. Thank you very much, and we'll look forward to you on the next one. Okay, bye.